I'm now recording. We're capturing audio input. We're capturing display. Go ahead and share my screen here. Boom. All right, let me know if you can see my screen. Looking good? Hi, good morning, hello Prime Lords. Looks like we're good. So what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna go through real quick the general takeaways of the bulletin. And then after that, we're gonna open it up for questions and comments, discussion. So this is Bulletin 2305, and it's on sync distributions. And there's two main updates. The first one is about sync creators. And really, it's just more of a clerical organizational change than anything else. And what we're doing here is removing the 5% to sync creators within the sync schedule. And the reason for that is that we have set a precedent with other Prime Sync creators that this rake, quote unquote, for the sync creator can happen on the front end. So an example is Artograph. There's 11% that goes to the card artist before Prime flows to the sync schedule. For Echoes, which we're going to be seeing very soon, TM, 20% goes to Parallel right off the jump. With the priming, they actually have a taper, so it starts off at 25% and works its way up to 50%. And these percentages can be negotiated on a case-by-case basis with each sync creator, and it just makes the sync schedule cleaner because you don't have this redundant percentage that's going to the creators. So here we just have a visual. If you pull up the bulletin, which is in the description of this event, click the link, you can pull up the full-size image and just see, but essentially all we've done is just remove this 5% for the sync creator. So that's change numero uno. And then number two is in terms of sync distributions. And this isn't a change as much as it is just an update to communicate how the retroactive Prime that's been sunk will be distributed. And since around 1 million Prime tokens have been sunk, there's 30K available for the dry distribution pool, 150K for the set distribution pool, and that retroactive portion will be distributed over 3 months linearly. And that is a separate calculation from the ongoing month-to-month distributions, which will happen on top of that. And then the idea is once this is depleted, the initial pool, the cash sets and drives will just be receiving whatever was sunk and allocated to the pool the previous month. So yep, that's the overview. I don't know, Sean, if you have any other thoughts that you want to share on that portion before we open it up.
Yeah, I think this gives Echelon, puts us in a better position in terms of onboarding partners and allows us to clear up any confusion that may have existed prior to this. So yeah, we're excited to share this with everybody, and we would love to address any questions that folks have.
So anyone welcome to put your hand up or just put a question in the comments on the stage here on the side. Fairly straightforward, fairly non-controversial. It seemed like, at least what we've seen so far, but I see a couple of typers. To your question, Fred Cat, it's interesting to think about the amounts that we're talking about here. So just kind of for context, right? We're talking about 180,000 prime. And the total supply of prime is 111 million. So 180,000 divided by, or let's look at it another way. 180,000 divided by the circulating supply, which is something like 22 million. We're talking about 0.81% of the circulating supply over a 3-month period. So it's fairly marginal in terms of, just looking at it relative to the amount of prime that's out there. And especially given that we're in an era of pre-game distributions at 100%. It's a confusing way to say that, but basically we're in an era of game distribution still being fairly low. So it's kind of a good period right now to just distribute that amount. And given the percentage relative to circulating supply, it's fairly insignificant. Cold good at maths. Math is actually singular. Rye, I've met you. You're American. Please stop LARPing as a European. Thank you. Will this be the shortest community call? Didn't we have one, Steele, that was a minute? We're pretty close to the shortest, but we've had some short ones. The question from Fredcat is, how do you think the ramp from 8% emissions to 100% will go? And this is relating, of course, to the gameplay emissions for Parallel. That is not our decision to make. It's more of a Parallel team decision. But what we can likely speculate is that the full release of the game will coincide with the full emission of 100%. Whenever that is. I think I saw a tweet today from Kalos putting that in the months time frame.
Yeah, but that is a good question for the studio. Yeah, if there are any further questions, we can wrap this up and give everybody some time back in their day.
Last call. Good changes. All right.
Yep. Brian, I know you've got some trees to deal with and some wood, so let's let you get back to it, right?
Indeed. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We'll post this recording in community call notes and likely proceed with the vote to ratify this in the next couple of days. Goodbye.
Thanks, everybody. See you.